sharing the broadcast as well, as we have a lot to say. Hey, everybody, not going to be able to stay, but just want to start. Hey, what's up, Adam? We'll appreciate you coming by, Adam Baum. I'm sure we'll see you on Tuesday night, if not Thursday evening as well. But thank you for dropping by and saying hello. All right, so we have a lot to talk about other than our usual Impact on Pop post show, if you want to call it, since we weren't live on Thursday. But we have a lot more to talk about than that. We have, bear with me, it's a list of stuff we have to talk about. We got big cast news, obviously. Jason Jordan, SummerSlam news. William Regal news. Sami Zayn, Mae Young Classic. Undertaker news. We also have Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss beef going on right now. We all have Dave Meltzer and Vince McMahon. Dave Meltzer touches on his relationship with Vince McMahon. Triple H teases a huge announcement dealing with the women's division. Also some Big E news, Rey Mysterio news, Seth Rollins news, and then we'll also touch on Impact as well. Both Dave and I have not been able to see NXT yet, so we will not be touching on NXT tonight. So I apologize on that. Yes, more WWE crap tonight, Red Sox fan. I apologize. Alex was not able to join the show tonight. He had a family emergency. Yes, some Shawn Michaels news as well. So Alex wasn't able to join. So please send positive vibes towards Alex. It was a family emergency, so we hope everything is going well with him. So Bizarre One Dave is joining me tonight. How you doing tonight, my friend?
I'm doing good, and yes, we'll also be touching on the Vader tragic news as well.
Yes, let's jump right into Vader, since that is pretty much one of the huge news going around wrestling this week, is that big man Vader passed away. Leon White passed away, I believe, Monday, right? Or it was this past weekend, but they didn't officially announce it like 2 days later. Yes, his son announced it on his Twitter. Yeah, it's weird that you saw that they announced it 2 days later after he actually officially passed away. Hey, what's up, Adam Morgan, Chris? How you guys doing tonight? But yeah, he apparently passed away from pneumonia. We all know that he had a lot of issues with his heart these past couple of years. I think he just went through some major heart surgery not so long ago and looked like he was on the right track back to being healthy, but then hit a tough patch in the road and eventually passed away from pneumonia. And one of the best big mans ever to step into the ring. It's a shame that he's not in the WWE Hall of Fame. Shame on WWE knowing that he's been having, heart issues and he hasn't been very healthy, for not putting him in, at least maybe not this past year, but in years in past, that he hasn't been in the Hall of Fame. And now, of course, he'll probably get put in next year. And that's because that's what WWE does. They put guys in too late after they have passed away. They seem to do that quite a lot. But yeah, big man Vader is dead, passes away. Rest in peace. Hope he does get eventually into the Hall of Fame. It'd be a shame if he doesn't go in anytime soon. But your thoughts, Dave, on Vader passing away this week?
It really sucks because I can't remember exactly when that episode was that the Pritchard Show did an episode on Vader. It was like 16th episode or whatever, really early on in the show. And he was trying to kind of get in the Hall of Fame, and Mick Foley was even trying to help petition him to get in the Hall of Fame. And it just, man, I mean, he said it, and we talked about it too when it was going on, when he was trying to petition to go in the Hall of Fame before he died. And the WE just didn't do it. I mean, it sucks because he deserved to be in the Hall of Fame, and no question about it. I mean, I'm sure a lot of us mostly remember his stuff with it's sad, it sucks because this whole it's rare to see this when someone dies to hear about it 2 days later, especially in today's worldwide social media world we live in. it's like news gets broke as soon as it happens, it seems. And for something to take his family to release a statement, I mean, it's crazy the fact that no one else put it out there, which is shocking. But I'm glad the family got the time to settle in, let it sink in for a minute, then release it publicly. But I was just shocked how rare that was. But like I was going to say is most people probably remember him from the Shawn Michaels match. You know, him and Shawn Michaels had a really good match, and they might remember a little bit WE, but also, I mean, some of his best stuff was in WCW, and the WE never gave him the title, which kind of sucks. But WCW, who's world champion, and he was actually the guy to put over Ron Simmons to become the first African American world champion. I mean, it didn't happen in WE. It's funny how we think about a lot of this stuff. A lot of these first and these big moments for guys who deserve these titles and the world title shots or the world titles in general, a lot of it happened in WCW and not the WE.
Yeah, it's a shame. He passed at an age of 63 at such a young. I mean, hopefully he lived a pretty good life. But here it is right now. It is with deep sadness we report that Vader Leon White has passed away at the age of 63. The news was announced by his son on his official Twitter account. Vader became a household name during the early 90s, competing in WCW as a Monster Heel. He was a former 3-time WCW World Heavyweight Champion and a 1-time WCW United States Heavyweight Champion. Has also had a successful career in Japan, capturing the IWGP Heavyweight Championship 3 times, and also competed for the WWE during the late 90s, feuding with the likes of Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, Kane, and Goldust. In recent years, he has been battling with poor health related to his heart. In recent weeks, Vader had been battling with pneumonia, but his heart sadly could take no more, and he died Monday evening.
It's crazy. It really is. It's crazy. But if anyone wants to go watch like a really good match of Vader's, I can't remember the event. I think it's a Clash of the Champions, maybe before them. But Vader and Cactus Jack is such a well-known rivalry and match in WCW, and people need to go. Yes, if you want to see Stan Hansen knock out Vader's eye or whatever, that's pretty interesting too. But in Japan, but on the WWE Network, there's like Vader and Cactus Jack. That's a really good match right there. But also the Shawn Michaels one was good too. So can't argue with that.
And he was also on an episode of Boy Meets World.
So, a couple of.
Yeah, so I mean, he had a nice career, and it's like I said, it's a shame that WWE's never put him in the Hall of Fame. I don't know what beef or what reason they would not have put him in already. He should have been in a long time ago. People will say they really didn't have a successful career in WWE. Well, true. But if you look at it, he had a quite successful career in WCW and had a hell of a career in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And WWE does put that in play. Look who has been involved. Sting, I mean, Ron Simmons, for one. He didn't have that. He had a successful WWE career, but, you know, he didn't have anything like he did in WCW, winning the World Heavyweight title.
Yeah, 3 times.
So, you know, WWE puts the other, you know, wrestling companies in play, and I'm just curious of why they have not put him in the Hall of Fame yet. I'm not sure what reason why they haven't, but I'm sure he will be in the next couple of years, if not this year, if not next year. So rest in peace, Vader. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of it all, which is Big Cass. More news was released on Big Cass this past week. And boy, oh boy, Big Cass, it's not looking good for you, my friend. WWE, they wait too long putting some stars in the Hall of Fame, and they end up dying before they do. Exactly, Budweiser.
Yep.
Casshole, exactly. Yeah, Casshole is an understatement, that's for sure. I want to know why WWE gave him that storyline where he refers to himself as a fat piece of shit. I don't remember that storyline. I got to go back. Is that true, Dave? I don't remember that.
Well, Vader?
Yeah. I don't remember that. I don't remember that. I got to go back and look at that. I think it was creative differences and also Big Cass attitude. All right. Well, I don't know. This is getting kind of out of hand what we're reading here. So, former WWE superstar Big Cass reportedly threatened 205 Live announcer Vic Joseph shortly before his release from the company earlier this week. According to a Dirt Sheet report, Cass threatened to take his head off after seeing the announcer chatting with Cass's ex-girlfriend Carmella. Joseph and the SmackDown Live Women's Champion are known to be friends, though Cass suggested that something was going on between the two, according to Dirt Sheets. After his loss to Daniel Bryan at Money in the Bank, Cass left the show immediately, which was seen as disrespectful by many in the back. I'm trying to get more on what else he apparently did. There was a lot of.
Yeah, you seem like Carmella stuff, right?
I'm sorry?
The Carmella stuff, you get into that too?
He ended up putting his hands on Carmella. The Usos and Rowan ended up having to break him up or pull Cass off of Carmella. I mean, my goodness gracious, man. It's not looking good for Cass, but he will probably get booked very quickly. I've been already reading. Yeah, he got drunk on the European tour, apparently broke a door on an airplane or on a bus. It's just, he was just not, I don't know if he was just not in a good place. Maybe the breakup did a little bit more to him than meets the eye. But yeah, big Cass, a lot of these, yeah, and he has a 90-day no-compete clause. So I don't know. But I've been reading online that independent shows and wrestling companies have been hitting up Enzo for a possible reuniting night between Cass and Enzo. If you guys do not know, Cass and Enzo apparently have a real life beef. Not really sure what the deal is on that, but it's apparently pretty serious. Cass has always needed Enzo to succeed, so once Enzo went past, the clock started ticking. That's a good point. We'll see Cass in September and Impact or ROH. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw an Impact, but let's see. Here we go. As noted, WWE officially announced the news on Tuesday, June 19, 2018, that they had released Big Cass from his contract. No word yet on what led to WWE making this decision to release him. Cass has been under contract in WWE since 2011. Of course, we know what happened, what ended up being the reason why he was released. In an update, Dave Meltzer is reporting that Vince McMahon called a meeting at SmackDown and fired Cass. There's speculation that the incident that happened last month may have gotten him some heat with WWE officials. Satin, everybody's favorite Ryan Satin, reported that Cass upset WWE officials because he went off script during a segment on an episode of SmackDown Live on the U.S. network that involved a little person who was dressed as Daniel Bryan and ended with Cass beating him down in the middle of the ring. The original idea was Cass to hit a big boot to the person and stand tall, but he wanted and eventually did a spot where he hit the big boot, then connected several punches. So, yeah, it seems like Cass just did not give a fuck. Basically, he thought maybe he would get the big man treatment. Vince McMahon loves big man, so he can just do whatever the hell he wants. And that was not the case whatsoever.
I think it was more to do with just that, though. I mean, and what I heard was that even the little man wrestlers they both said they wanted to do more, and Vince and them turned it down, or creative turned it down. What they both wanted to do a little bit more, and so they just went off script. See, I think everything you were saying, the airplane, the Carmella stuff, being drunk, doing all this stuff, I think it's funny because everyone thought Enzo was like the rotten egg in the out of the two, but it seems like maybe Big Cass really was. Maybe it was both of them, honestly. It really was. They were both kind of jerks to work with, it seems like.
Yes, Big Brie does stay with them. Yep. Come on, Embassy, don't want you beating up little people. I guess not, apparently. But yeah, that a lot of stuff led to the eventual release of Big Cass. So, yeah, he'll be in the fall. We'll most likely see him on Impact or maybe ROH, but I would say most likely on Impact.
But how crazy is that?
Is if he'll be with Big Cass, with Enzo or not.
How crazy is this? He came back in April, fired in June.
Yeah, it didn't take him long to. Yeah, they did, but they let Hornswoggle be tossed around. Exactly. Enzo seems tame compared to Cass, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame, man. It's a shame. So
They're troublemakers, it seems like. I mean, Enzo, not just the whole, it wasn't his fault, we know now, about the rape allegations to Enzo, but there was a lot of other stuff with Enzo as well, too.
seems like
I
there was
mean,
just a handful.
yeah, both.
Impact will be champ in less than 3 months. Wow. Damn, I wouldn't. The Enzo just runs his mouth and got no actions. Cash just got actions. Yeah, basically. Yeah. All right, so some sad news to report, everybody. Enzo and Cass can make serious money in the Indies. I absolutely agree with you, Red Sox. Cass sucks, but what a shitty year he's had. Lost his partner, girl, legs, job, right? Exactly. He's had a rough 2018. Hey guys, Jack Swagger is in Lucha Underground. I saw that. I saw that. I can't remember his new name though. Yes, HBK did worse and never got fired. I gotcha. Sad news to report. Sami Zayn is officially out of action for the foreseeable future as he has surgery on a torn rotator cuff today and will require further surgery on a second cuff soon. My goodness gracious. Below is what Sami Zayn told WWE website. I guess people don't know about this injury. I've been working with it for some time. Sami explained, I don't know exactly when I tore it. I think I tore it or initially injured it on a Montreal live event, which is ironic because I injured my left shoulder, now somewhat famously in Montreal in my Raw debut against John Cena. And I had a live event this past August wrestling Jinder Mahal. I think I injured it then. He added, but then my left shoulder, aka my bad shoulder, started to act up again as well. That shoulder hasn't quite been the same since surgery anyway. So I had just kind of gotten used to the fact that the shoulder was the bad one. It started getting worse and worse. So long story short, it turns out I have 2 torn rotator cuffs. I just underwent surgery on the right one, and then in about 6 or 7 weeks, I'll be undergoing surgery on the left one, and hopefully I can come back healthy and happy. Wow, man. Hey, how about a round of applause for Sami Zayn for just basically putting on a match at the pay-per-view this past Sunday at Money in the Bank, because I can't imagine how much pain this man was in wrestling with 2 torn rotator cuffs. And that's a true warrior right there, man. That's a definition of a warrior, going out there with that type of an injury and wrestling a match, even though it wasn't the greatest. But my goodness gracious. Your thoughts, Dave?
Yeah, I feel bad for the guy. I mean, I think Jody just said it. When Sammy gets injured, he really gets injured. I mean, geez, he'll wait for a while. I mean, he's going to be a year, maybe longer. I don't have Alex here, but I think that's going to be a while. 2 of them. I mean, he was gone for a while with the first one, wasn't he?
Yeah, it looks like we probably won't. Man, we might not see Sami Zayn. I would not be surprised if we don't see him to 2020.
Oh, really? Wow, that sucks.
I mean, they're expecting him to be back next year. Later, Chris. Have a good night, my friend. But I mean, 2 torn rotator cuffs. Has to have surgery still for the second one in about 2 months. That'll be what, in August?
Yikes.
Rehab, all that stuff, man. Maybe close to 2020, man. It's my assumption. A guy gets injured and clear quits on his team. Hey, all right, Red Sox fan, we get it. They might do one at a time. They are doing one at a time. So, I mean, he could be out for quite some time. Tough break for Sami Zayn. Oh, thanks, Jay Leto. Appreciate the Super Heart, my friend. Thank you, man. But yeah, seems like you said, Dave and Jody in the chat. When he gets hurt, he gets hurt. Props to him wrestling on 2 torn rotator cuffs, man. I can't imagine how that felt, man. What's up, man? How you doing? Welcome from KC. How you doing tonight? Go ahead, Dave. I'm sorry.
I was saying, I just feel really bad for the guy because he goes through all this stuff and he's had a really decent year. Yes, we've been complaining about the last couple months, but it seems obvious why he's been doing this storyline a little bit now because of what's going on with him. He hasn't really been wrestling much in the last, except for the pay-per-view this past week. He hasn't wrestled a lot.
If you do look back he hasn't wrestled on Raw for quite some time. He's just been doing these kind of segments, and then he eventually did attack Bobby Lashley a couple of weeks ago, but really then he didn't really do much. So yeah, I never really thought about it at the time that he hasn't really been wrestling, and there you go. He's been hurt, everybody. So props to him, wrestling, going out there and tearing it up. I mean, like we said, we've all been hating on the Bobby Lashley storyline, but maybe this makes a little bit more sense of why they had Sami Zayn be the guy that stuck with that storyline. And we can always just hope and pray that Sami Zayn comes back better than ever, and they stick him in a better storyline and a better feud, and we get better things from Sami Zayn than this silly crap that he was involved with Bobby Lashley the last couple of months.
Well, usually,
hey, what's up, bud? How you doing tonight? I'm sorry, dude.
I was gonna say, usually when you have something like this and you're gone for a while, the heel who gets injured usually comes back as a face because I don't want to see him turn. So he'll probably come back. I assume as a good guy.
Budweiser says that's why KO is looking for a new best friend. Yeah, and now I got to give Alex credit. Does WWE contract freeze while you're out injured? I don't believe so. I could be wrong, but I don't believe so.
Yeah,
Alex, it does?
Yeah, Ed just said this a while back on some idiot's radio show that he said when you get injured, they basically freeze your contract, and then you still have to work those dates afterward. You have to make up for those. That's how it was back then when Ed said that. He said they put your contract on hold or on pause, whatever you want to call it, and then you're still obligated to work those dates on your contract that you didn't fulfill.
Wow, so Sami Zayn ain't going anywhere anytime soon. Damn, that's crazy. I did not know that. Well, thanks for that little information there, Dave. So yeah, Sami Zayn out to possibly 2019. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say about 2020. Unless Sami Zayn is made out of John Cena, we won't see him back anytime soon. Yes, even if you refuse to come back, ask Neville. His contract is frozen now, I believe. Yeah. Neville is another guy in a tough situation. Hasn't wrestled in quite some time, and I feel bad for him. Hopefully, maybe he'll eventually come back to the WWE. That's the only time we'll ever see him.
I did see someone mention something, maybe on Twitter or somewhere. Maybe it was one of you guys in the chat. I don't know. I meant like the Get the Tables people, and somebody said that maybe they could be saving Neville for this UK thing that they're going to be doing pretty soon. So and we got that story to touch on too. I'm not sure if you have it on the list too. I'm sure you do about the NXT thing, but maybe they're saving them for that.
That's a good possibility. Very, very true. Let's see. Also, Undertaker news. The Undertaker is currently being advertised for a 6-man tag match at Madison Square Garden on July 7th. He will be teaming with Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman, take on team of Kevin Owens, Baron Corbin, and Elias.
Gee, I wonder who's going over in that.
Right. Also, according to Russell Votes' Twitter account, I'm not sure how valid these guys are, but Russell Votes says that the WWE officials have reached out to The Undertaker about something special for this year's SummerSlam pay-per-view. No word on exactly what it is yet, but apparently it's something that Undertaker has actually been wanting to do for a while now. I saw that, Red Sox fan. That was some pretty cool pictures of them wrestling in the rain. That was pretty cool. So, Dave, are you looking forward to seeing The Undertaker possibly at SummerSlam? And if so, what the hell would they have him there for?
I have no idea. It would be cool to see Taker at SummerSlam, though. Brooklyn, yeah, heck yeah, that'd be awesome. I mean, but I don't know. I mean, is there someone there he's like really wants to face? I mean, what is Kalisto doing? I don't know. I mean, shit.
What is Kalisto doing? Did you just say, what is Kalisto doing? What?
I'm just saying.
What?
Maybe Rey Mysterio. We didn't hear the thing about Rey Mysterio, so maybe he wants to get revenge for him breaking his face or whatever that time. But yeah, I don't know. I can't unless he wants to face Bobby Lashley. I mean, there isn't really no one new that has come up that I can think of that they would put him in the. Unless he wants to face AJ Styles, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, someone put John Cena rematch. That kind of makes sense in a way that maybe. But I don't know.
because he said that something people like you just said that something Undertaker wanted to do. So he already beat Cena. What do you want to do it again for?
Someone put team up with Daniel Bryan to face the Bludgeon Brothers.
Ooh, I wouldn't mind that. I know Tony would hate it, but yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know why. I mean, I'm sure Undertaker, of course, brings that star power and that mystique to SummerSlam, but I don't know, man. What could he possibly do that he hasn't already? Who's he gonna face? Is my question. But well, I guess we're gonna have to wait and see, right?
Has he ever been U.S. champion? There you go.
Oh God. Let's move.
Yeah, that'd be a demotion.
Oh, let's move on. Everybody's favorite Dave Meltzer is reporting WWE is considering running a show with the wrestlers not signed to the company, according to Dave Meltzer. The report plan is to host a show in 2019, which will feature talents from promotions such as WWN, Live, ICW, Progress, and ICW. The show would be hosted on the WWE network.
So the shows they want to work with, the companies, are people they already work with.
Basically.
I mean, they Evolve is through that WN News or whatever they're called. Yeah, that's part of Evolve. They basically a partnership with Evolve. ICW. I mean, they did. What did you say the other one was?
Progress.
Yeah, they are do Progress, because didn't Progress do shows at WrestleMania or WrestleMania Access?
Yes. Also, yes, Pro Wrestling Noah as well is with the WWE now, and Hideo was apparently going over there to have a match.
Pro Wrestling Noah?
Yeah.
I thought they were working with Impact, but maybe they're not no more. With the whole yeah, so maybe that's why we're gonna see. I know this isn't really Impact talk. Maybe that's why we're gonna see Ishimori coming back to Impact and work with Don Callis' relationship with New Japan. So maybe Impact's work with New Japan. That's interesting. Yeah. Well, Tommy did start.
Yeah, he wrestled for Pro. Noah is not with Impact anymore.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I guess it makes sense now, but yeah, because I know that Tommy wrestled for Noah and not New Japan, so like everyone always, yeah. So that was interesting.
Yeah, so there you go. I hope they do it. I hope they do it. Let's see what else. Yes, you touched Omega. Man, Omega and WWE is getting closer and closer, people. I know you guys don't want to see Kenny Omega in the WWE, but I have a feeling that we will see him sooner than we think.
I think it'd be a mistake.
Go ahead.
I think it'd be a mistake for Omega to come to WWE.
I agree with you. But I think sooner or later, I'm not saying that he is this type of person. I could be totally off on this. But sooner or later, he's going to done everything in New Japan sooner or later, and you maybe want to move on, make a bigger name for himself. I don't know. We'll see. I think he's fine where he's at. If I was him, I wouldn't leave either.
Yeah, why would?
Omega fulfill his dream of being New Japan Pro Wrestling champ, so he may come to WWE now. That is very true. He may.
Yeah, but that'd be a big mistake, I think. Really big mistake, because who knows is he gonna get the AJ Styles treatment? Probably not. No offense to Omega, but I don't think they would view him on what AJ Styles was on his level. They might. I don't know. They might. I don't know. But and AJ Styles got shit on for about 4 or 5 months before they actually did anything with him. I mean, he got shit on for a while, and I mean, so who knows how they would treat Omega? I mean, if they put him in NXT, they're gonna put him right on the main roster. And then how are they going to use him? I mean, you just don't know with Vince if he's going to like you or hate you. I mean, surprisingly, Vince loves AJ.
Yeah, and the thing is with Omega, too, you have it so good where you're at now. And it's like, why would you want to leave a great situation? And he has the Bullet Club or the Golden Elite, and he has all the stuff. He has everything in the palm of his hands right now. And right, truth and loyalty is absolutely right. He goes into WWE, we won't see the same Omega we're getting now. That is absolutely 100% sure, for sure. We're not going to get the same intensity, same, type of guy in that ring we do now. When WWE, they're going to limit him and they're going to water him down. They're going to give him scripted promos. So,
Yep.
probably wouldn't be the best thing to do to have Omega leave. But eventually, money talks. And if Omega has done everything he feels like he's done in New Japan and maybe wants to live the great life and wants to have, I mean, I'm sure he makes enough money as it is now, but, WWE comes at them and he offers them something huge. You never know. Only thing you can say is never say never with him ever going to the WWE. With Jericho and his relationship with Omega, you never know. Maybe he can pull some strings with Vince. I'm not sure. So let's move on. Also, the Mae Young Classic has been officially announced. It will be held Wednesday, August 8th and Thursday, August 9th from Full Sail University. WWE today announced that the Mae Young Classic will take place Wednesday, August 8th and Thursday, August 9th. But they haven't officially announced anybody who's in the tournament, and they haven't officially announced when they will air it. So I'm sure Dave is definitely looking forward to the Mae Young Classic and definitely looking forward to seeing who's in it.
Yeah, hopefully it's not Shayna Baszler.
Oh, what if they did have her in there? That'd be funny.
What if they have one of their other friends in it? Because the other two girls are training to become wrestlers too, it seems like now. So what if they have one of them in it?
I mean, if they've signed all of them. They signed both of them, if I'm not mistaken. The 4 Horsewomen are in the WWE, the Rousey 4 Horsewomen. They're all signed with the WWE, if I'm not mistaken. Yep.
I hope we get a bunch of people. I hope we get a bunch of women we haven't seen, and it's not predictable who's going to go to the end. Because to me, the last year, I knew I was biased towards. I wasn't right who won it, but I was right who was in the finals, really. And I mean, but if we don't really know who's going to do it, then don't surprise us. Don't make us just basically figure, Shayna Baszler's going to basically win it because she's Ronda's best friend or one of her friends. I mean, don't do that again.
The 4 Horsewomen are Nikki and Brie Bella, Paige, and AJ Lee. That's funny.
What?
Jason Jordan news, everybody. Raw superstar Jason Jordan is expected to return in July. The former tag team champion was written off TV earlier this year after having successful neck surgery. Did I say Jason Angle?
Jason, basically,
it's Jason Angle. I mean, if you want to really think about it. Jason Jordan, will be returning expected in July. So
the only thing that anyone cares about when it comes to Jason Jordan is if they put him back with Chad Gable. That's the only thing people want to see with Jason Jordan. Otherwise, he can stay gone.
Damn, Red. Damn. That hateful. Hey, so I just want to show everybody we got a new addition to the wrestling shrine in the back. If everybody is interested to see the new shrine that I got, I'm going to show you the new shrine, everybody. So everybody ready? Are you ready to see the new shrine? I know everybody's going to love it, so get your your screenshots ready because you're going to love it. Look what I got, everybody. The newest edition, everybody. Look at this pop, guys. Look at this pop right here. Now, this is impressive. This is a beautiful pop figurine. I mean, gorgeous. Probably the best pop figurine WWE's probably ever made. Wouldn't you agree, Dave?
I think it's probably the worst one. It looks like Big Cass or Enzo with no beard.
No. It's Shawn Michaels. He's wearing the famous attire where he beat Bret Hart.
He didn't wear that, did he?
Yeah, that's his attire that he wore when he beat Bret Hart in the famous Iron Man match. Does everybody remember that?
He didn't beat Bret Hart in the Iron Man match. He beat him after the Iron Man match. After the match.
He beat Bret Hart in the Iron Man match. Also, hold on. I'm not done yet, everybody. There's more.
Another Shawn Michaels. Wow.
There's more, everybody. I also got this little shindig here also. Look at this. Oh. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Isn't that just so beautiful? We got this beautiful picture of Shawn Michaels right here. That's Shawn. And then you got the belt. Dave's favorite wing belt right there.
I do like that belt.
That's after he defeated Bret Hart in the Iron Man match.
And that's when the belt lost credibility.
60 minutes. It is going to be framed. Trust me. It just came in this week. I haven't went out and gotten a frame for it yet. But be jealous, everybody. Be jealous. I know y'all are jealous. Too bad I can't get this guy in the shot. Maybe I can, attach it to my shoulder. That would be cool, right? All right, so I just wanted to show you guys that. So I know you guys want to.
How does your wife feel about your obsession with Shawn Michaels?
What are you talking about, obsession? There's no obsession here. It's just, showing respect to the man, the greatest of all time, Shawn Michaels. That's all.
Yeah, we both know you take that in the bathtub with you.
Oh, no, that's just a thing. It's just a thing, rules for my son that my wife made. You're a huge mark. Well, I'm a Shawn Michaels mark. What can I say?
Huge.
Love it or leave it. I don't care. If you're gonna call me a mark, it doesn't hurt my feelings. Does your wife like wrestling? She yes and no. No, I do not have my own HBK outfit. Jobber to the stars. All right, is everybody ready to welcome Key West Kamikaze to the block party? Join the block party. I hope you have a great one. There's a lot more people in there as well, so enjoy the night. Drinks are on the house. All right, so let's move on. Some more updates. Update on Rey Mysterio Jr. Thank you for the super hearts, man. Appreciate that, Bomber. Thank you, man. Really appreciate the super heart.
What area code would that be?
Former three-time WWE World Champion Rey Mysterio is reportedly in negotiations with the WWE about it signing a new, everybody, this is not a one-year deal, not a 2-year deal, a 3-year contract with the company. Mysterio was recently honored by the city of San Diego with his very own holiday. He appeared before the city council and indicated that he might be returning to the WWE in the near future. I see you. I see what you're saying, Red Sox fan. I'm not ignoring you. So, man, that's pretty cool. Rey Mysterio gets his own damn holiday in San Diego, and possibly signing a new 3-year deal with the WWE. Dave, off the top of your head, what is one match you would love to see Rey Mysterio compete in?
There was one match I always wanted to see happen. Now you can if he goes to SmackDown, but I always wanted to see Rey versus AJ Styles.
Ooh, that would be a really good one. I hope his knee is ready for 3 years. Truth and loyalty, that is a low blow, my friend. Pete Dunne, look at England JT throwing out Pete Dunne. That would be a good one.
We already know what's gonna happen.
What about Pete Dunne? I'm sorry. What about Rey versus Seth Rollins?
Has it happened?
Joey Janela just won the WWN Championship. Well, congratulations to Joey Janela.
Who's that?
He's an independent wrestler. Let's move on. Let's move on to some of more dirt sheets going on. How about this? I'm sure Red Sox fans going to love this little tidbit of news. WWE blocking ROH from running an event at Madison Square Garden. As noted earlier on the site, WWE officials are said to be very upset about Ring of Honor running a live event at Madison Square Garden in 2019. WWE is reportedly doing everything possible to block it, which they ended up doing. This leads to Joe Koff saying this week that MSG backed out of the deal after WWE got involved and they will not be running the venue. Dave Meltzer reported in the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer that the planned ROH date at Madison Square Garden was set to be a WrestleMania weekend show the night before WrestleMania. It only took one call from a high-ranking WWE official, not from Vince McMahon, and Madison Square Garden pulled the date. ROH and MSG had agreed on the date, but no deal had been signed. ROH had been contacting other areas in New York metropolitan area to run that night, but it was also noted that Sinclair was furious and legal proceedings could take place and were being explored. Sinclair is upset because MSG had made it clear that it was looking for other wrestling promotions after WWE snubbed them for the big WrestleMania events. Wow, interesting. That is interesting. It's crazy how much power WWE has just by a phone call can block ROH from running a show at Madison Square Garden, which was probably a really great idea on their part to run it the weekend of WrestleMania. Any thoughts on this, Dave?
Doesn't surprise me because, let's be honest, I mean, this is the whole reason they created NXT for WrestleMania weekend, you know, and they started doing it then because they were trying to block other promotions from doing shows around that same area around WrestleMania. So they started, that's the reason they did the NXT live show, so they could stop that and do all these other, only people they want there and access and all that. Because I don't know how far away some of those other events are from where WE is set up at, but during WrestleMania weekend, you would know more than that, but they were mad about people coming in there, and they were blocking people before then. It doesn't say, I don't think it's nervous, Jody, what she said, but I think it's just Vince not wanting no one else to work MSG but him. I mean, it sucks, but, I mean, that's just what he does. That's what they do. They don't want you to get big.
The bots are back, everybody. What the hell? What does Shawn Michaels think? I just think Vince McMahon's an asshole. Oh, see, there you go. I agree with you. I don't understand why he would block that. That does show me a little bit that Vince is a little bit scared, a little bit nervous. But I just think that kind of a low blow. I mean, to me, WWE should help ROH because ROH has helped WWE, and I don't understand. To me, if you think Triple H running the show, he would have done this?
Yeah.
You think he would have blocked ROH from running a show at Madison Square Garden?
I mean, it's probably Triple H's idea to grab all these indie stars and steal. Hey, Vince, we need to get this guy. You think Vince is going out watching these guys and seeing all these guys on the indie circuit? No.
Oh, it's Triple H. Super hard. Appreciate that. That's
I mean, Triple H is the guy. I think it's Triple H the guy who's wanting to grab all these guys and tell Vince, hey, these guys are really hot. We need to get this guy. We need to get this guy. I think that's what it is.
Triple H is cold-blooded. That is very true. That is very true. So we just got to see what happens then. RH couldn't fill 1/4 of MSG. Ooh, I don't know, man. It depends on who's on the card. It all depends on who's on the card.
And let's not forget,
they'll bring in New Japan. So if ROH has a show at MSG and they bring in Omega and Okada and Suzuki and Tanahashi and Naito and all these guys from New Japan to ROH show, they're going to sell out. Especially at a WrestleMania weekend show, it's going to sell out like that because that's where all the WrestleMania fans, like we've always said, WrestleMania weekend is different like no other. So it's going to sell out. If this was a middle of that summer show, maybe they would have a little bit of a struggle. I doubt it. But this is WrestleMania weekend. People might skip NXT to go to that ROH show. So that's why Vince McMahon is nervous or scared or doesn't want that event to happen.
So is that when it was supposed to be?
Yeah, it was going to happen WrestleMania weekend. Yes, the weekend of WrestleMania.
That makes sense then, because we don't want no one going to a big show. Yeah, I get that. I mean, I don't agree with it, no, but it's like Vince. I'm not, like you said, it wasn't Vince who did it. I'm sure it might have been, who knows who actually. It could have been Triple H who called and did it. We don't know. But, I mean, anybody. But, I mean, it sucks that they would do that. It seems kind of low that they would block, but it wouldn't be block someone, but it wouldn't surprise me if they did some stuff like that to Let's not forget what Vince did to WCW. I mean, one of their pay-per-views, Vince told the satellite company, if you carry I can't remember the pay-per-view offhand now. I think it was a Starrcade. If you carry this pay-per-view, then you can't have my pay-per-views no more. He threatened to pull his pay-per-views from the satellite company if they covered Jim Crockett's Star. I think it was Starrcade, I believe. Yeah, I think it was Starrcade. He covered Starrcade, and they wouldn't do it. So yeah, I mean, it was just crazy.
Yeah, this big man's cold-blooded son of a bitch. Braun Strowman. Speculation on when he might cash in. Everybody's favorite Dave Meltzer talked about Braun Strowman winning the Money in the Bank contract from this past Sunday. As noted, as noted, Brock Lesnar defending the Universal title against Roman Reigns is the reported main event of SummerSlam. Here is what longtime pro wrestling journalists had to say. Excuse me. So I had a conversation with somebody a couple of weeks ago, and it was about Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. And they didn't say this, but now when I look back and Braun Strowman, it was kind of hinted. Obviously, this thing has been planned for a while, where you know something's going down at SummerSlam, and I think that the idea is that they want you to believe Braun winning the title, and maybe he is. Maybe like Roman beats Brock, and then Braun cashes in on Roman right away. I mean, they could do it. But something along those lines, because Roman doesn't have to beat Brock Lesnar before he leaves. Because he's lost so many times that he's got to do it. But if they end the show with Roman winning, people are going to freak out. It's New York. It's just going to be an ugly scene. If they end the show with Braun winning, with Brock losing, so he's out of the picture, but Roman Reigns winning but losing in the same night, it'll be an incredibly happy ending. It will be so satisfying. I mean, they could do that too. Dave, do we see Braun Strowman cashing in on Roman Reigns at the end of the match if that is the main event of SummerSlam?
Yeah, I mean, I think I took this to you, Alex, and Justin, like, oh, Roman wins and then Braun cashes in for Money in the Bank. And I was like, I said it more of a joke that would be interesting if that happened, but it really could happen now. I mean, yeah, Braun wins, the crowd is booing the crap out of it, and here comes Roman wins, and they're booing the crap out of it. Here comes Strowman out, cashing in, and wins the title. I mean, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Or they have him put it in the middle of the match, a la Seth Rollins type thing during the middle of the match, too, and they got the crowd shitting on the match, they say, Strowman, get out there. Then the crowd will be going nuts. Yeah, but that will tell you something, though. If Brock is leaving, that means you know he's going to lose the title. But, like, I hate to agree with what you just read, but it makes Roman has lost every single time he's faced Brock. In some way or not, he's lost. So it almost leads like they're building to some kind of story, you know, that Braun's going to I keep saying Braun, but Roman's going to overcome it and win. That's what it seems like they're going towards. Yeah. And no matter if Strowman wins the title that night or not, we all know Roman's getting it back. We already know it could end up being Roman and Strowman at WrestleMania that year for the title.
Yeah, you never know. Or Survivor Series or Royal Rumble, who knows? Before we move on to the next topic, thank you again for joining us. We are Get the Tables podcast. We are live every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. We weren't live this past Thursday, which was really weird, but it was nice to have a little break from the show. Thank you guys for showing us support tonight. We already have over 1,500 viewers tonight, so thank you guys for joining us on this Saturday evening. Don't forget, we will be live again on Tuesday, touching on Raw and on SmackDown. Thank you guys for sharing on Twitter and on Periscope and inviting your followers and throwing out those hearts, those super hearts. We're almost at 900 followers, everybody, on Periscope, almost at over 115,000 super hearts and almost at 5 million regular hearts. So thank you very much for supporting the hell out of our show. We wouldn't be here without you guys. So thank you so very much. So the next news, everybody, is about this man right here. Shawn Michaels. WWE will be holding the Super Showdown event on Saturday, October 6, 2018 at the Melbourne Cricket Ground in Melbourne, Australia. Although WWE has yet to confirm it, this will likely air on the streaming device to WWE Network. Dave Meltzer reported in the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter that fans shouldn't get their hopes up about Michaels wrestling at the event. According to the report, there has been some talk about Michaels serving as a special guest referee on the show. This would be similar to when Michaels was the referee for the match between McIntyre and Cole at the NXT Live event in San Antonio last year. How was that? Fun show, fun match. Your thoughts, Dave? Would you be interested to see Shawn Michaels in a special guest referee type gimmick?
Well, there's only one match he would fit for it, and that would be Taker and Triple H again. Are we going to see that again, where he's going to be the referee now?
Look at Dave. Look at Dave, everybody. Come on, everybody. We know you want to give Dave a round of applause for that idea, because that is obviously, it's the final match ever between the two. It just makes the most fucking sense. Have Shawn Michaels be the special referee.
What are you going to have, a big match with somebody else on the show? I don't know what would be the bigger match than that.
Yeah, so I agree with you, Dave. It makes more than enough sense to have that man be the special guest referee in that match. Makes the most sense. Props to you, Dave, if I'm thinking about that. All right, so here we go, everybody. Everybody else, I know this has been wondering what the hell Seth Rollins loses the title. What the hell do they have in line for him? So, speculation on why WWE had Seth Rollins lose the IC Championship. Dolph Ziggler pulled off a big upset when he beat Seth Rollins to win the IC title on this week's episode of Monday Night Raw. In the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer, Dave Meltzer speculated that the reason Rollins lost his title was that WWE has bigger plans for him. The longtime pro wrestling journalist suggests that Rollins will lose his rematch with Ziggler on Monday and later get added to the multi-man match at Extreme Rules for a shot at Brock Lesnar for the Universal title at SummerSlam. I mean, it's possible. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of him not winning the title back and going in the main event multi-person match. I think when they announced a multi-person match, I thought that was very good for Rollins because, number one, he's been the best guy, so he would help the match. And number two, he's the hottest guy right now, although Strowman's pretty hot. But I think that it would be good for him to be in that match. All right, Dave, so it looks like it's going to be some sort of six-pack challenge
Again,
for the shot to go for the title at SummerSlam. I'm sorry, SummerSlam, correct? At SummerSlam, to face Brock Lesnar. So far, the only guys announced is Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns. So, Dave, I want you to give me a guess of 4 guys that you think will be also added to the six-pack challenge.
Oh, we got Reigns, Lashley, Rollins, probably Elias. You want me to give you 4 other guys besides them, or?
Yeah, we already have Lashley and Reigns are already in the match, so that's 2 out of the 6.
Okay, I'll go Lashley, Rollins. Who else is on the freaking roster? Oh yeah, Finn Balor. I forgot about him. I think everyone has, and probably Strowman.
You think the Money in the Bank winner Strowman will be in the six-pack challenge?
Who else you got?
I don't know. I mean, you know wrestling is fake, right? Oh, my God. Wrestling is fake. Holy shit.
Movies are fake.
Is Jurassic World, the movie that I just saw on Thursday, fake? Or is there really dinosaurs still roaming around the earth right now? Can I go see an Indosaurus?
Oh yeah, Kevin Owens.
Maybe a Velociraptor right now. Can I? Anyways, all right. So you got Kevin Owens that you can throw in there. You got Elias that you can throw in there.
Yeah, I said that.
Finn Balor, you can throw in there. McIntyre.
I think it's possible, or yeah, I mean that's very possible. Yeah, I mean I don't know if they would do that quick though. Maybe it's a little too soon for McIntyre, but I mean Kevin Owens will probably they're probably right. Kevin Owens, Jinder Mahal,
Jinder Mahal.
Yeah, Bobby Roode didn't get added to that. I highly doubt that.
Basically, the same guys we saw on the Raw Money in the Bank side, we're gonna see in the six-pack challenge. That's basically
And,
what it is.
and last year at Extreme Rules, we basically had the same match. We had what? Strowman, Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, and I think Reigns.
Wait,
And that
no?
was
Yeah. No. I think you're thinking of the SummerSlam match because
no.
they
I
had a
mean,
multi-man SummerSlam match against Brock Lesnar,
no, they didn't.
didn't they?
Did they?
Yeah. That's
That
when
SummerSlam?
Strowman threw the chair at Samoa Joe and Roman
Oh.
Reigns. It was a four-way, fatal four-way: Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, and Strowman.
Oh, okay. I know they also did like a 5-way at Extreme Rules or whatever it was last year.
They did a six-pack challenge last year as well. So it's just fucking lazy booking on WWE's part, thinking that WWE fans have a short-term memory and we're not going to remember things like that.
You did this a year ago. I mean, you're gonna do it again the same next year. If it probably hasn't even been a year since Extreme Rules. I don't know when it was last year, but I mean, jeez.
They don't give a shit, man. WWE does not give a shit. They've proven that time after time after time with the way they do storylines and the way things don't make sense at times, and they just do shit. This is the thing that you have forgotten or you don't remember. Just Brock Lesnar hasn't wrestled since fucking the whole goddamn greatest Royal Rumble match. That's pathetic, man. Sad. All right, so Extreme Rules pay-per-view event takes place on Sunday, July 15th. Here are the rumored matches for Extreme Rules. So if you do not want to hear possible rumored matches,
you know what? All I have to say really quick before you go to this, they better not just have one match with a stipulation and that's it, like they did at TLC last year, where there was only one TLC match and that's it. I mean, that's all. They better do something else and not just have it be Extreme Rules and only have the main event, which will probably be that 5-way or whatever it is, be an Extreme Rules match, and that's the only match.
That's what they're going to do, Dave. That's what they're going to do.
Stupid. Sorry, it's stupid.
So the multi-man match is determined the number one contender. They haven't announced any rumored superstars. WWE title match, Styles versus Rusev. Women's title match, Bliss versus Jax. Rumored matches. United States title match, Jeff Hardy versus Nakamura. The Usos versus Sanity. The Bludgeon Brothers versus Daniel Bryan. And a tag team partner to be announced for the titles. That'd be interesting. Bayley versus Sasha Banks. And then we'll finally get the Raw tag titles on the line. The B team versus Matt Hardy and the Woken Warriors.
I just got an idea. Okay. Kane and Daniel Bryan return at Team Hell No, and they get beat, and Kane gets taken out by the Bludgeon Brothers to make Undertaker return for revenge, a team with Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam.
Look at Dave trying to book WWE storylines right now. That'd be interesting. I don't know. Kane makes the most sense to return and to help Daniel Bryan to go against.
And then have the Bludgeon Brothers take him out like completely, and that would be the only way I could think they would bring him back.
How do you watch a fake sport? How do you watch a fake movie? Kane was who I thought for Daniel Bryan. Yeah, Kane makes the most sense to me.
Yeah, you got to get over that whole chokeslam thing when Kane supposedly chokeslammed Daniel Bryan on live TV. Remember that?
Right, yeah, I remember that. Triple H said there's a huge announcement on women's wrestling coming very soon. HBK said he doesn't think an all-women's pay-per-view or even an all-women's brand is too far away at all. Well, there you go. Maybe a possible all-women's pay-per-view, an all-women's brand. That's interesting.
Why not? I mean, if you use all, but how are you going to do that with one? It would have to be NXT then, kind of like 205 Live. Simply because you got two women's champions. How are you going to have them involved in an all-women show? You know what I mean?
Exactly, right. WWE going Stardom route, yeah. Okay, so everybody, quick announcement. If you have read NXT spoilers already, please do not say them in the chat room. I would highly, very much appreciate it. I've said this before. Normally, I would have had to read them, but I'm watching NXT week by week. Even though I did, yeah, I did. They did a kind of did a spoiler on the app, but I haven't read it. Thank goodness. Even though I kind of have a feeling on what it is already, but
Yeah, I seen it accidentally.
yeah, so sucks. But it is what it is. But please don't let me know anything else. Same thing on the Impact side as well. I'd really
I'm
appreciate
definitely
that.
trying to avoid that. I wish they would go back live again. Seriously, Impact. Come on.
All right, so WWE officially announces launch of NXT UK TV series. WWE today announced that tickets will be available Friday, June 29th for 8 live events that will be taped for NXT UK, a new United Kingdom series featuring the greatest competitors from the United Kingdom and Ireland. Yep, LTJ fan, we just touched on that, my friend. You just missed it. The UK Championship plus 2 new championships, the UK Women's Championship and the UK Tag Team Championship, will be on the line at the following NXT UK events. The UK has an amazing talent base and incredibly passionate fans that are deserving of their own showcase. This is the next step in our ongoing strategy to create localized content and further develop our brand globally. So they haven't really announced if this is going to be on the WWE network or not. It seems like they're catering towards the UK fans to get them still more invested in the WWE, maybe. I'm not really sure. But it looks like WWE is trying to fucking kill the UK independent scene, pretty much.
Yeah.
Your thoughts, Dave?
I think it's kind of exciting. Yes, 3 more titles the WWE needs, I guess. But I also think it's a way to stop having Pete Dunne wrestle for all these other promotions and get them on their own stuff and wrestle only there. You know what I mean? Because right now you see Pete Dunne on all the posted up on all these live events and other indie promotions, and it's like, wow. But I think it's kind of cool and kind of exciting to see a new women's division in the UK and to see what they do with some of these and it's interesting. And like you said, I hope it is. And like I told you, and you said it more than likely is. It's probably be on the network. The UK would just get it first, then we would get it uploaded to the network and watch it, which I think is a really cool idea. I mean, I like it, and it's finally going to get a UK show that we've been promised for over 2 years now almost. So it's really cool. I like the idea of it.
Yeah, it's like they said in the chat room. I think it was England JT. If no, what I can't remember who it said in the chat room. Vince hates the word competition, and you're absolutely right. And he knows he can take over the UK, and this is it. And you're absolutely right too, Dave. This is a way for them to actually get Pete Dunne to actually defend his title on a WWE Network show, because he hardly ever defends it. When it's on NXT, and I mean, it's with the guys that we obviously know he's not going to lose. So I don't know. We got to see and what happens there. We're almost done with the WWE and rumor mill, and then we'll go on to Impact on Pop post show. Austin Aries, opponent at ROH Best in the World, has been set. Austin Aries returns in Baltimore at Best in the World. The belt collector Austin Aries returns to action on Friday, June 29th at the ROH flagship events Best in the World in Baltimore. There is nothing better than watching the in-your-face, hard-hitting action of Ring of Honor live. The Best of Wrestling on the Planet returns to Charm City of Best in the World on Friday. Austin Aries will be taking on Kenny King.
Oh, that's interesting.
ROH Best in the World. So that should be a pretty damn good match. I'm not really sure if King and Aries were in Impact at the same time when King was there. I can't remember.
Yeah, I also believe they were a team in Ring of Honor, I believe, at one time. So I think, or an Impact, one or two. But yeah, I think Aries was there when Kenny King was there. I'm pretty sure. I know they've had matches before. So,
Yeah,
and this is another start to what we've been hearing about Impact and ROH, about possibly working relationships going forward.
Yep, that is very true. Nia Jax reportedly gets heat from WWE management over Alexa Bliss tweet. Austin was in ROH beginning of his career, I think. Yes, you're absolutely correct, Bob Ruski. If I'm wrong, the Red Sox fan will correct me. Again, thank you guys joining us tonight on this late Saturday night evening. I really do appreciate it. Hope we're going over all the topics that you guys are interested in. Don't forget, we'll be touching on Impact on Pop just shortly. Also, we'll be giving our ratings for that. And don't forget, we will be live again on Tuesday. So if you have friends that are fans of Impact on Pop and they have nobody to talk to it about, or have a show that talks about it, let them know about Get the Tables podcast. We talk about it every Thursday night, unless something dramatic comes up. Like this past Thursday, we didn't have a show. So we do thank you, everybody, for the support. And you joined us here. So really do appreciate you guys joining us tonight. So Nia Jax put, for someone that doesn't care what anybody thinks, it's weird that they have to go out and get a tattoo that says they're enough. If anybody doesn't know what she's talking about, Alexa Bliss recently got a tattoo that says, "I am enough," and which then led to Nia Jax tweeting out that specific tweet. Not really sure what the beef is between the two ladies. I'm not sure if this being a WWE related feud. I don't know if this being the kayfabe. I'm not really sure what the deal is. Apparently, she unfollowed Alexa Bliss, but this could be kayfabe. We don't know. Your thoughts, Dave, or you just do not give a shit?
I didn't know about the last part, but okay, I didn't know about the tattoo thing, but I mean, yeah, I mean, sure, it could be, but we all know they're friends, but maybe they're not anymore. Who knows? And this could be just, and this could be just playing up on a Total Divas, because I'm sure that comes back pretty soon too. And this could be playing up on there. We've seen them do it before, where they play into storylines leading into Total Divas, how they really have beef with each other. So we've seen it happen before. That's probably what it is.
What is the topic? Right now, we're touching on Nia Jax. We're going to be moving on. We touched on Rey Mysterio. We touched on Seth Rollins. We touched on the Triple H big, huge announcement tease. We have only about 2 more announcements to talk about, or rumors to talk about, and then we're going to move on to Impact on Pop.
Yeah, I don't really care. I just don't really care much about Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss again. So it's like, whatever.
Recently, Dave Meltzer appeared as a guest on the Talk Is Jericho, where he discussed his relationship with WWE CEO Vince McMahon. This is interesting because I always wondered how his relationship is with guys that in the WWE, since he is a guy that kind of spoils everything in a way and critiques the WWE. I didn't really have anything with Vince for several years, but whenever things got bad publicity wise, my relationship with Vince usually would get good. Steroid trial era, I talked to him fairly often. The company was really good with me as far as data, questions, anything, direct line to Vince. His secretary would give me answers to any questions for years. Then it fell apart at one point, and I would say that the reason was the war with WCW. And when they were starting to lose in the war, they wanted their side to be sympathetic. I don't know. When they don't need you, they don't need you. I probably haven't talked with him in a couple of years. As far as with the company, I email them for questions every day, every couple of days, sometimes multi-times a day. Meltzer also revealed that he has sources within the WWE and that some of the information he receives is directly authorized by Vince McMahon and or Triple H. So interesting. To say the least. I know a lot of people aren't very much fans of Dave Meltzer, but your thoughts, Dave?
Yeah, if you believe, so you're telling me Vince McMahon and Triple H give permission to guys to go stooge off stuff to Dave Meltzer? I'm sorry, I don't believe that at all. I don't believe Vince McMahon and Triple H say, yeah, go tell Dave Meltzer this. Yeah, go tell him that. Yeah, tell him that. I mean, I just don't believe it. Yeah, Mabel's the third man too, Dave Meltzer. Okay.
I don't know what to think of Dave Meltzer at times. I don't know. People love him. People hate him. I just don't really have much to say about him.
He just likes to shit on everything, though. I mean, do we need? I mean, we didn't hear about Bruno Sammartino's death. It wasn't even a day, a couple hours maybe. Then he started saying, "Oh, Bruno didn't really sell out this many events. Oh, Andre the Giant really wasn't what they said he was. He wasn't really that tall. They just made it up." He has to go out and try to blast everything.
Yeah, Bruce Pritchard hates Dave Meltzer. It's funny how he goes at Dave Meltzer.
So does Eric Bischoff.
Bischoff too, but Pritchard doesn't like Meltzer at all, as well. I just don't know, man. It's just I don't know. It's an interesting thing to talk about. Also,
what do you think about it?
I mean, I don't know. Dave Meltzer to me is a big New Japan Pro Wrestling mark. He loves Okada. He loves Omega. He loves New Japan in the whole. To me, he thinks New Japan Pro Wrestling does no wrong. But when he critiques, to me, New Japan and WWE differently, and it's a shame. I don't know if he keeps WWE on a higher pedestal or not, but he seems like he goes more at the jugular when it comes to WWE, and when it comes to New Japan Pro Wrestling, he just throws it to the side. But he kind of lost my credibility when he gave Okada and Omega 7 stars. I just think it's kind of a joke now. But that's just what I think. I have nothing against him personally, but it's just kind of sad.
And a lot of people say that Dave Meltzer's thing is, and this is coming from Tony Schiavone, what he said, because if people didn't call Dave Meltzer and be buddy with him, he was going to shit all over you. Because he always shits on Hulk Hogan, all the time.
Oh, does he? I didn't ever pay attention to that. Does he?
Yep. He hates Hulk Hogan.
Let's see what do you have to say about Dave Meltzer, Shawn Michaels? I think he's an asshole. Oh, all right. Well, join the club. So last little tidbit of information for tonight, and then we'll move on to Impact.
Why does Shawn Michaels sound like Crash Holly?
Because he's small, he's a little miniature, so he has a little lower voice. You know, he's small to the ground. So yeah. But then remember, this is the outfit that Shawn Michaels wore when he beat Bret Hart in the 60-man Iron Man match.
Except he didn't.
No, he did win, because at the end of the night,
tell me,
the dream came true. The boyhood dream came true.
Give me the stamp mark of the time mark when Shawn Michaels pinned Bret Hart during the 60-minute Iron Man match. Give me the time. What time was that? Was it 59 minutes in? Was it what? What time was it when he pinned him?
Chris Rod? No, I'm just saying, man. In general, I know it was an overtime, but it was technically still an Iron Man match. Red Sox fan, I know it's an all WWE show tonight. I explained that to you at the beginning of the show, so I appreciate you joining and staying around. Red Sox fan is one of the youngest wrestling fans I know, and one of the smartest wrestling fans I know. So give him a follow on Twitter and on Periscope. Wrestling fan. Go ahead.
I would love to know Red Sox fans' thoughts on Dave Meltzer. What does he think about him?
He probably loves Dave Meltzer. I want Red Sox fan to fucking call in. That's what I want. All right, Big E. Possibly getting a singles push. In this week's leading up to Money in the Bank, there were rumors floating around that the WWE was planning on having Big E represent New Day in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match and give him a singles push away from Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. WWE officials ended up putting Kofi Kingston in the match instead. However, according to a report from PW Insider, this doesn't necessarily mean that WWE doesn't still have plans for Big E. Mike Johnson said the following: there has been a lot of talk about giving Big E a singles push. At one point, he was supposed to be the New Day representative in Money in the Bank. Obviously, they changed that, and Kofi Kingston was in. Now Big E is back in the game. Very curious to see what they are going to do with Big. Dave, are you interested in a singles push for Big E?
I mean, sure. Why? We've seen it already. Did he win the Intercontinental title?
Years ago.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing all three of them get a singles push. Yeah, good for Big E. I think he deserves another run. Sure, why not? I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Kofi wrestle singles again, or even Xavier Woods getting a decent run as a singles guy. You know, because we never really seen Xavier get a good run as champ or as a singles wrestler, other than the Brodus Clay stuff when he stole his music and all that.
He's a PW Insider writer, DX.
Yeah. I think isn't Mike Johnson the one who appears on the Taz show a lot?
Yes, he was on the Taz show a lot. So, all right, so let's move on to Impact. I'll admit I have not.
Did you hear about? You know who Katrina is from Lucha Underground, right?
Katrina.
She used to be backseat. She was with Mia Mortis.
Okay, yes.
She was criticizing WE for basically ripping off some of their ideas.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like some of the way they're doing their promos now, and some of the backstage walking and doing these little. They try to change it up. She was complaining. I'm not saying it's not true and it's not, and it's fake or whatever. But Lucha Underground also did the same thing when we had the final deletion stuff going on, saying that they were ripping off Lucha Underground.
I'm sure you remember. She said she was fired from the WWE, so that could be another.
Who hasn't been fired by the WWE?
Right, that's very true as well. All right, so we're about to jump into Impact on Pop. I did not see this week's episode. I did catch highlights of it. I will get right back into the flow next week of watching both NXT and Impact. But I'm not happy to see that my boys lost the tag.
Dude, but you have to watch that match. That match was so freaking good. That was the first match.
Impact wasn't that great.
Really?
So Impact wasn't that. What was Tony missed it because of Jurassic World? That is correct. That is very, very true. So DJ Z and Andrew Everett took on LAX for the tag team titles. He said the tag match was good. That's it. All right. Oh, fair enough. Fair point. That's what I heard from a lot of people, actually.
Match of the year, if you ask me, right there for Impact, anyway. I mean, that tag match. Even Don Callis was saying, "Man, these guys remind me of the young Bucks." I mean, he mentioned he'd love to see them face the Young Bucks. I mean, that would be awesome. But, yeah.
Let's see. So let's get into the meat and potatoes with LAX. That was the first Impact I watched in years, and it was so bad. Wow. So we get the tag title match. LAX wins, but after the match, we get a little bit of interesting stuff going down in the locker room between LAX and a certain somebody making a return. And that return, that was my Xbox. Oh, not my Xbox, my computer. Of Conan. Conan makes a return to Impact. Let me see. Get to the. Oh gosh, my computer's going crazy.
To the clubhouse.
Conan comes back to the show. He asks if LAX and what's her face? I can't think of her name at the moment. To leave the room so he can have a one-on-one with Eddie Kingston, and that's when things got very, very interesting, to say the least. And that was basically, man, my computer needs to stop making this noise. And that was basically Hidden King getting called out by Conan, pretty much saying that he was pretty much the guy that led the attack. Yeah, I just shut it off. I got it. That led the attack on Conan, and pretty much just saying that he needs to watch his back.
No, you got it wrong.
No, here we go. I got it. Conan says that some things don't add up. He asked if he has any idea who did this. Kingston says he has all 5 boroughs trying to figure it out. Then Conan asks where Homicide is. Kingston says he's homicide. Why did I say homicide? Homicide is. Kingston says he's around, and Conan says that on the streets, not to trust anybody. Kingston asks if that means he's a suspect, and Conan says that sometimes Kingston's ambition outruns his brain. He tells Kingston that he better not find out Kingston had anything to do with this, because if he does, Kingston better get as far away from him as possible because he'll make him pay. Kingston says that he just won the tag title, and Conan says he's not in a celebratory mood, but to go party and they'll catch up later. And that's how it ends, man. This is getting very interesting, to say the least. I'm wondering what's going to happen. This storyline has gotten me very interested the last couple of weeks. Finally, the return of Conan. Things can only get better from here. Bro, I swear, if Conan brings in Matt from AAA, I'm going to freak. Damn, okay, all right. I'm curious to see what Conan does next. Your thoughts, Dave?
I really liked how they did this. I mean, when we talked about it, like, what if King was behind Conan, and he even asked, like, why the homicide homicide, I'm sorry, got back to me. I mean, or just tell him to call me or whatever. So, yeah, and weeks back he said, oh, don't worry, homicide is taking care of Conan. And it was just like, it was very interesting. And to me, I think we're going to see some kind of shift where we're going to see Eddie Kingston and the new LAX kind of take on Conan and the old LAX. I think we're going to see Hernandez pop back up.
A 6-man tag at Slammiversary, maybe?
Or even Bound for Glory. But one thing about Impact I do enjoy, I enjoy these little backstage segments in their little clubhouse they have. I enjoy this stuff.
They've gotten a lot better since they started it. I like it. I can't wait to see what they have next in store.
It's very underground-like, I think, how they would do their little backstage stuff. So it's very like that a lot.
I'm just upset to say this match. Tara Valkyrie versus Madison Rayne, and Madison Rayne gets the win. Madison Rayne beat Taya Valkyrie. Madison Rayne beat Taya Valkyrie.
And you said you don't.
And now we'll go to Slammiversary to take on Su Yung.
I like how they ended that little segment too, with when they had Su Young's music hit, kind of like a little Undertaker-esque mind games playing. I like that, and yeah, this is obvious. The one reason they're doing this, to keep Su Yung as champion, to have her face another formidable opponent who has been around for a while, who's just gonna get fed to Su Yung. I'm not sure how much longer Rosemary's going to be out. I don't know. But I don't know how long her injury is, but they're going to do something going forward, I think. Whether Rosemary can be back by Bound for Glory, I don't know. But this is only to get her over. That's it.
I get it, Red Sox fan. I'm not happy Taya lost. I'm upset Madison Rayne, of all the motherfucking women they have on that goddamn company, they give it to her. I get it. They want her to go and probably lose to Su Yung.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Jesus, man.
I mean, yes, it would be better if it was like a Gail Kim or something like that. That would be better. But they're just using Madison Rayne to get over Su Yung, make her look even stronger, and that's what it's for. I mean, it kind of makes sense because who knows if Taya's got her visa stuff straight again, like it was before. Remember when they were supposed to have Rosemary and Taya at a pay-per-view, and then it never happened because it was in Canada because she didn't have her visa stuff straightened out. So who knows if she can't make the event for Slammiversary? I don't know. So, but it's going to be interesting, I think, to see Su Yung versus her, I guess. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, I already figure Su Young's going to win anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's very true, Red Sox fan. That's very true. All their top women are heels, it seems like.
Touch me on the whole Eddie Edwards segment, because I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, that was something. I mean, he went to his house, and the house is empty. This house is empty. He's like, screaming Alicia all over. He's looking in every room, but the other room's empty. He looks in the mirror. He sees Sammy Callahan behind him, and then he breaks the mirror. And then it's just, he's going crazy. It's really weird. This is so nuts. But next week, he's going to House of Hardcore. He's going to Philly. So we're going to see, I'm sure, see that on Impact next week.
He's going to Philly to do what?
To confront Tommy Dreamer. Where's my wife?
Oh, Lord. And then Tommy Dreamer's going to say, well, I'm hiding her from you because you're crazy. And then he's going to hit Tommy Dreamer and beat the shit out of him.
I'm guessing that's going to be the same anniversary match where we're going to see Tommy Dreamer versus Eddie Edwards. Yeah,
Rich Swann as well will be debuting next week on Impact as well.
It's going to be the fresh taping starting next week as well.
So new fresh tapings next week as well. The Desi Hit Squad is coming next week to Impact Wrestling as well. We also had, how was the Scott Steiner and KM match?
It was, how does it sound like it was? It wasn't good. It wasn't good at all.
Oh, that doesn't even sound like a good matchup. Like, who the fuck booked that match? Wow. What in the world would make you want to book that match? Wow.
Who would want to book KM? Period. I'm sorry. That dude, I just don't find him interesting at all.
Wow, that's yeah. We'll just see. We'll move on from there. All right, so let me know how about the main event last from Thursday night. We had OVE taking on Pentagon Jr. and Phantasma Jr. Kind of lay me out the details of the main event, and it looks like well, we had what else did we have? We had the Steiner match. We had the Eddie Edwards segment, Madison Rain. We had the LAX segment. And then, yeah, main event. Because you forget that they show fucking past shows on their shows as well.
Yeah, that's right. They did that.
So the main event, OVE, Pentagon Jr., and Phantasma.
They got a lot of time.
Pentagon gets the match. Plus, Sammy Callahan seems like he got involved after the match. Yeah. Kind of lay me down what's going on in that match.
I mean, they got a lot of time, too. I mean, they were coming to the ring, and it's like 20 minutes till. So, I mean, yeah, they did do a Killer Cross little talking segment, too. Yeah, that's right. But, yeah, they got a long match. I mean, they went at least, by the time they got in the ring, they at least got 15 minutes in the ring, so that was pretty good. It didn't really seem like there was a lot of rules in this match because there wasn't really a lot of tags. I mean, I don't remember seeing too many tags in this match at all. So it was just like, wow, what the, okay. I thought it was still a pretty good match. I mean, people said it was a shitty show. I mean, I think that you want to look at it like this. I think with this, like you just mentioned, Daisy or whatever it was called, Hit Squad or whatever, coming in. I mean, and you got Pentagon and Phantasma, if they stay as a tag team, OVE. Impact is building a nice tag team division right now.
Yeah, I wonder what they're doing with Pentagon and Phantasma and OVE right now. One second. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I can't remember who won the match. I think Pentagon and them did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did. And then Sammy tried to. Yeah, Sammy and them tried to. They ripped out his mask, tried to break his face. I thought Eddie Edwards was going to come out, honestly, and stop it, or someone's going to come out, but no one did.
Phoenix not tagging with his brother? That's a good question. Maybe he'll be coming back very shortly or soon, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, yeah, but, I mean, I thought the match was pretty good. I didn't think it was a bad main event. I enjoyed it. I mean, I thought it was a good match, but, I mean, yeah, and the crowd was into this match, too, and, I mean, yeah, I mean, if I had to rate Impact, I mean, maybe a 3, because I thought, if I'm rating the whole show a 3, I'm giving that freaking tag match a 5 stars. That match is awesome.
Okay, so you give Impact a 3 tonight out of 5. That's solid. I obviously cannot rate Impact since I did not see it. 3.5 sent from Dreo. So 3, 2.5 from Budweiser. So basically an average Impact from Thursday night. Next week we get more fresh tapings. Have they announced any matches on Impact? I know it's Desmond Xavier versus
against
who is it?
Seidel.
So that
For
should be a
the
really good match.
yeah, I mean, yeah, that should be good. I agree. I mean, Seidel. I mean, those two always have good matches anyway. So, I mean, yeah, that should be good. I don't know why they. It seems like they're not. See, here's my problem. What they're doing, they keep putting Desmond Xavier in all these matches, and it like makes no sense to me because it's like you're not giving him no push really. You're just putting him in these matches just to make him put him out there. He looks good for 5 or 10 minutes, then he's just gonna lose freaking Seidel. They're not doing nothing with the guy. I think is super talented and
Congo
could really
Kong
carry. And I
is
mean, he could
gonna.
really carry that division.
Oh yeah, Moose is over yeah. Congo Kong had a segment as well. Seems like. Oh, they had the summer-anniversary press conference between Aries and Moose. Let me see. Where's the killer? Oh, I think I passed it. Oh, here it is. Killer Cross, the hitman who has been attacking everybody. He says fear is a funny thing, and there's a difference between courage and intelligence. Everyone wanted to know why, and the answer is simply why not. That's enough for some people. And Cross says there's no continuity in this universe, this mayhem. He says he wants to return to this place upside down. Dive, man, this sign sounds vicious. He wants to dive bomb it and see where the pieces fall, and find a new beginning. And then someone in the chat room also said that he's supposed to debut next week. I don't know. Are you taking this guy seriously? Or do you wish it was a different person or maybe a group?
I think it was should be in group. I'll wait and see, like you guys said, but man, I don't know. But they're also announcing on their. I'm looking at their Twitter page right now that next week Sami Callihan and Pentagon will be in California and they're gonna have a match. I guess. I think that's what it is. They said Pentagon Jr. and Sami Callihan next week.
Yeah, there you go, everybody. They have faced each other before. They do have a history. So it's going to be interesting to see how they incorporate it into Impact Wrestling. It seems like that's going to be the next feud for OVE and Sami Callihan, while Eddie Edwards is going fucking insane right now and feuding with Tommy Dreamer at the moment. So yeah, solid Impact, average show from Impact. But yeah, I think we touched on everything. Yeah, 2 weeks ago in Lucha they fought a little bit. Oh, okay. All right, Eddie Gargano. Yeah, basically. So yeah, man, a pretty solid show tonight. We had over 2,500 people drop in tonight. Thank you so much for the support from Ted, Rich in Tennessee, Heck and Rod, Rock Ready, Budweiser, Adam Awesome, Jared England, Bob Aruski, Will Miller, Maz Fan, Jeffrey Cross, Truth and Loyalty, Kevin, Mr. Andre, Jody Mania, and there's a couple of people I cannot see your name, so if I didn't mention your name, please say hello in the chat room so I can give you a nice shout out for you guys joining us. Man, we've been Dreo as well. We've been at a solid 25 to 30 viewers all night. Thank you, everybody who dropped in and gave us super hearts. Thanks to Jay Leto who dropped in as well, who gave us super hearts as well. Jeffrey Cross. There you go. Zero's in the show. What's up, man? It's all good, though. Thank you for dropping in for the last couple of minutes. Scott, Bomber, thanks, Bizarre One, Jody, Budweiser, and Jeffrey Cross. Thank you guys for the super hearts. Thank you always for supporting the show. Everyone for supporting. Thank you for showing. Thank you for sharing. Some dude I follow on Twitter sent me nude pictures of Charlotte Flair in my DMs today. Well, that's interesting. That's interesting. I would take it with a grain of salt. 850 followers. Awesome, Bob. Thank you, Bob Ruski, for letting us know that. We hit 850 followers, 50 followers away from 900 followers, man. Imagine when we hit 1,000 followers, I don't know what the hell we're going to do. I don't know. We'll have to do something if we ever hit 1,000 followers. That's a huge accomplishment in my eyes. So hopefully we'll hit that by the end of the year. Seems like we'll hit 900 followers, I would think, by SummerSlam. Hopefully. We'll see. With Big Cass, A lot of stuff happened with Peg and Rod. Threatened ring commentators, got drunk, put his hands on Carmella. Just a lot of stuff. Don't we do a giveaway because of YouTube? Yes, we do, Bob Aruski. I'm trying to figure out what we're going to do on the giveaway and a system to figure out how to do it. Since we have a bit of people following the show, I got to figure out a fair and reasonable way of doing a giveaway, and still trying to figure that out. We have actually 2 giveaways still to do: the Periscope followers, and we still have to do the YouTube followers as well. And we'll take care of that, I promise. That's our way of thanking you guys for supporting our show. Don't forget, Tuesday we will be live right after SmackDown Live is over, and then we'll be live again on Thursday and on Saturday again. Hitting the Shit episode number 10, I think, will be coming to an end tonight. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you for the hearts and sharing us on Periscope and Twitter. All of you in the chat room, everybody who's a follower of the Get the Tables family, y'all rock, man. Y'all are great. Dave, you have any last words for all the wonderful people in here? I knew something was up when he tapped so quick in the match with Daniel Bryan. Something didn't look right. Yes, absolutely. Something hasn't been good since the feud with Daniel Bryan started. Thanks, Tony Goodskull. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for joining us. Dave, you have any last thoughts before we join the hit the hate tonight and come back on Tuesday strong than ever?
Monday and Tuesday afternoon, I believe it should drop, or is it going to be later on at night? I'm not sure, but we're going to get those UK stuff, so that's good.
Yeah, the UK stuff, I believe, with the NXT, Adam Cole and all that. They're going to be showing that in the afternoon. So if you're home on Monday and Tuesday and you have nothing to do, they'll be showing some UK specials on the WWE Network. So that should be good.
Are they going to drop it like the Mae Young Classic, how they did that? Or is it going to be, how long is this tournament going on for? Do we know?
I have no idea, but I like it. They're starting it, I think, early enough to maybe it running into maybe Raw, or maybe gets you amped up to going into Raw. So,
you know, as much as I hated how it was predictable in the Mae Young Classic, I did like how they dropped 3 or 4 episodes in one day, and then the next week you did the same thing. I kind of like that. It was kind of like a binge watching wrestling type thing, and a lot of us, I think, did. We watched like the first 3 episodes or whatever it was, and that was kind of cool, actually. Mm-hmm. Even though I hate how it seemed so predictable who was going to win, but I liked the format they did with that. It was kind of cool. You know, it was kind of like you get with a Netflix show drops, you get all 10 episodes or whatever. You can binge watch it like crazy if you really like the show. So yeah, right. I mean, I thought that was kind of really cool to do that.
And then you watch it, and you get pissed. So yeah. We're going to end tonight's show with some Vader theme music, ending tonight's show. Again, rest in peace, Vader. You had a wonderful career. Not so much in the WWE, but in WCW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, you had an awesome, wonderful career. From little mini Shawn Michaels, from Dave, from Tony, from everybody at Get the Tables podcast, we thank you all for joining us tonight on Saturday. We hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. If you're working tomorrow or if you're off, we hope you have a great Sunday, because everybody, we want to see you on Tuesday night after SmackDown Live. So have a great weekend. Thank you guys for joining us tonight, and thank you for all the support you do for us. We will see you guys Tuesday night. Thank you, everybody.